We got some stuff coming up this weekend, I should say, I think. And so this week's video is just going to be a day in the life video, just because I don't want to push it out toward the end of the week. I would rather film now, edit now, get all the videos done, and then we can post it on Monday on our regular schedule. But this morning I already filmed some stuff from a run.
Good morning, everybody. Here we are. We're going for 2 miles today. Usually when I run, I just run 1 mile. And so we are going for 2 miles today, doubling the amount of distance we're running. And my legs are a little bit sore because I did a different workout yesterday. Just basically trying to take my physical activity up a notch. And 2 miles is going to be part of that. So anyway, mind over matter. I know I can do it. I've done it before. So I'll just be here documenting it for you guys. Okay. We're 1 mile in. And I am breathing hard. Toward the end of that mile, there's a hill. And it's not that big. It's not that steep. But it got me breathing. Anyway, onward. Okay. I stopped running. I made it 1.2 miles. Breathing so hard. I just decided to take a little walk break. We'll probably start running again whenever the breathing gets under control again, and finish this out strong. I'll let you guys know when to start running again. All right, we're back running again. Took a walk for 0.1 miles. Breathing is under control again. So now we're running. And we get a downhill to start with, so that's good. I'm gonna finish out the rest of the run. I know I can do that. And we'll check in with you guys there. We are back. The run took me 20 minutes, 31 seconds, which isn't, it is not a good pace, but it's not quite as bad as I thought it would be. Anyway, it took about everything that I had. I'm just sweating like a pig right now. And when I was getting close to the 2 mile mark, I started getting a side ache and breathing really hard again. And anyway, so I pushed through, ran all the way till my watch said I was at 2 miles and then stopped. And then when I looked at my history, it said that I only ran 1.99 miles. So whatever, I'll take it. I'll take the 2 miles. But you might be sitting there watching saying, 2 miles, that doesn't seem that hard to run. And you're right, it really shouldn't be. Almost a year ago, we were not living at this particular place. We were living somewhere else in an apartment, a basement apartment. And that particular house was on a hill. And I had started running 2 miles a couple of weeks before we moved out of that place. And with that one, you ran down the hill, you ran along a road for a while, turned around, came back, and at the end of your run, there was a hill, a steep hill. It was steep, and it didn't really stop for a while. I don't know, a quarter mile maybe, going uphill. I learned how to run that one without stopping. It was hard, it was tough, it took about everything that I had in me to do it. So I know that I can run 2 miles. It's just I have let myself go in so many ways. The way I eat, the way I exercise, a lot of my disciplines, a lot of my habits have just gone away. And it takes work, it takes hard work to get the momentum back going in your favor. That's what we're trying to do here right now, is do more body weight workouts. Yesterday I started doing a 20-minute workout instead of a 10-minute. So we bumped that up, and now we're bumping up the running from 1 mile to 2 miles. You know what? We can just stay here for a month or two, however long it takes to get good at this. And then we will push on. We will go further. We will go longer. And we will get more and more in shape we will continue these habits until the desired outcome has arrived. That's just my commitment. I am here documenting it for you guys to follow along. Hopefully you guys are enjoying. Hopefully you guys can relate with some of this stuff and tell me where you guys are at. What's the longest distance that you ever ran? I think for me, it's like been 3 miles. 3 miles was the longest I ever ran. Have never really been that great of a runner up to this point in my life, but I do love it just because it stretches you. It challenges you. It's a mental game. My mind is usually the thing that tells me to quit before my body does. So it's just one of those things you got to train. Your mind has to be trained too. So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. We're in the process. We're in the ugly stage right now. It doesn't look very pretty. Doesn't look very nice. But we will keep pushing. We will keep working until we get to where we want to go. Anyway, I'm just sitting here on my balcony enjoying the view. The view is absolutely amazing. Although it is cloudy today, there's a nice little breeze that's blowing. It's cool this morning. And that's what the mountains look like this morning. It's pretty gray, pretty blue, pretty gray clouds, pretty blue mountains, all of that. And we're just sitting here enjoying the breeze and soaking it up. That's my little report for Wednesday morning at 6:34 in the morning. We're just sitting here enjoying the peace and the quiet before the hustle and bustle of the day. Anyway, hope you guys are going to have a great day wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And let's just keep pushing ourselves. We might start at the bottom. We might have to start our lives all over. We might have to start our fitness all over. We might have to start something all over. But we're not going to lose if we don't quit. So let's not quit, guys. Let's not quit.
Once I got home, I started throughout the day. Actually made my wife breakfast, took it to her in bed. So did that, got that out of the way. Made my daughter a waffle, fed that to her, and then I made myself breakfast and ate that. I went and sat on the toilet because I had just got done running for 2 miles. If you exert yourself, if you push yourself in running or working out or anything like that, if you've ever done that before, you know how it'll get the old bowels moving. While I was on the toilet, I did some journaling, and then I came to my office. I read my book. I could have had a perfect day yesterday with all of my habits, except for I missed reading a book. And it wasn't like I didn't have time. There was times that I spent scrolling on my phone, being distracted, and it was always like, oh man, I should have, like, when I was done scrolling, I was always like, oh man, I should have, like, read a book. Got to the end of the day, I was so tired, went right to bed, thought nothing of it, slept very well last night, had a sleep score of like 97, I believe it was, and woke up this morning and thought about my habits, and I was like, crap, I forgot to read yesterday. So anyway, we got that done this morning already, and we already read our Bible. Definitely suggest reading this. Now we're gonna get ready. It's like 9:39, 20 minutes till I start work, and I like to be there 10 minutes, 5 minutes early. There's always like this little butterfly, little anxiety almost in the pit of my stomach every time I get ready to go to work. And it's just the whole thing with sales. It's like, how's the day gonna go? Is my conversion rate gonna look good? Am I gonna make any sales? Is everybody going to hang up on me? I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'll ever outgrow it. I really don't know, but every time I get ready to do sales, it's there. And so it is there right now. With 10 minutes or so before I get to go to work here, I might just do like a little brainstorming with Gemini about this YouTube channel. See what direction we can take it, try to get some more direction, try to get a little bit more of a plan in place instead of just winging it through everything. At about 10 minutes, we'll just get to work and make everything happen on the phones today. But for now, I'm gonna lock in and just have a little conversation with AI. Today is so slow at work, so I'm just gonna be sitting here recording a video while I'm on queue, waiting for the next call to come in. So if I just abruptly end it somewhere, you know what happened. But I was thinking today, I feel great. The last couple of days, I've felt really, really good. What was the change? Because I get paid every other week at my job. I always enjoy the weeks where I get paid because it's like, oh, I can make progress on my debt. I can pay a little bit more off. I can make sure this bill is paid and that bill is paid. But on the off weeks, it's always like, ugh, It just feels like I'm absolutely going nowhere. But this week has been great. And I'm like, what's the difference? I think it is that I decided to add a little bit more time to my workouts and add another mile to my runs. It's like a little bit of growth. Am I just like achieving those things? No. But I know that I'm growing a little bit, and I know that within a week or two, like I'm going to be decent at the workout that I'm now doing and running for 2 miles straight. And so I've had mentors tell me in the past there's two things that make people happy, and that is personal growth, which is you growing as an individual, and the second thing is contribution. Those are two things that make humans happy, like every human happy. You show me a happy human, and I'll show you somebody that's growing or that is contributing in some way. I think that is just key for this week, is just let's just grow, even just a little bit. Maybe we fail, maybe we fall on our face, maybe it's, beyond our current capacity. But let's grow, let's push ourselves, and let's be happy. Thought I would jump on here and just share that. I'm going to sit here and enjoy the very, very slow day. I did some brainstorming with my AI about the future of this channel, some video ideas that will be coming up. The first stint of the workday is over from 10 o'clock to 12:30. It is almost 12:30. It is 12:27, but they would rather for us take break a few minutes early than get a call right at 12:30 and then have to be on the phone for another half hour or so. So I'm going to go out here. I'm going to grab some lunch. My beautiful, wonderful wife usually has lunch ready for me, so I'm going to go out here, grab some lunch real quick. I got to be back on the phones in 15 minutes, so let's do this. It is my lunch break. It is 2:44 currently. Lunch at 2:44? I don't think so. I already ate lunch. Usually this break was like an hour long, and so I would go out and maybe read a book or play with the kids or go on a walk, something like that. But I got tired of working so late at night, and so I asked my supervisor if I can take half an hour for lunch and then take the other half hour at the end of my day. And so that's what I do. I take only a half hour for lunch, and then I get to get off work 30 minutes earlier. So what I'm going to do today, it's 30 minutes. I don't really know. I'll probably just go bum around, hang out with the kids, maybe talk to the wife, do whatever is available. Usually my son likes to play Minecraft at this time of the day because everybody else is like sleeping in the house and it's just a quiet thing for him to do. However, he was not listening to my wife, was not obeying, and so he got banned from Minecraft today. All right, we are back to work. Utah has already got to me. I'm already drinking Diet Cola. Now, I just bought the Kroger brand because I'm a cheapskate. Real Diet Coke? What is that? 11, 12 bucks for a 12 pack? Too much. This, I don't know, $5, $6 for a 12 pack. Tastes about 75% like Diet Coke, and it costs half as much, so I think I'm actually making money somehow on this. I'm back to work, usually have myself a Diet Coke, and this little stretch is actually the second longest stretch between breaks. So because I moved my lunch break around a little bit and only take half hour instead of an hour, I have 2 hours and 10 minutes between my lunch break and my last break. And so this one can get really long, and if there's not a whole lot of leads coming in, we're just going to sit here, tough it out, and just do our best to stay sane. And I know that there's one more of these in the fridge. Maybe I'll have 2 Diet Cokes this afternoon. We've already made 2 sales, and so that's good. We're going to continue. We're going to try to make at least 2 or 3 more sales this evening. This stretch is usually the most profitable between my lunch break and my last break, so hopefully we can get 2 or 3 more sales out of the day and finish off with a little bit of a boom, especially for it being so slow. Oh man, the work day is over. It is 6:37 and the work day is over. It was a slow day. Parts of it were frustrating. Welcome to sales. I did make 3 total sales. Even though it was a slow day, we still cranked out 3. My conversion rate was 33%. Definitely about where I wanted it. For this month. I do know there's a lot of stuff I could improve on. I could get a lot better at this, and I could raise that conversion rate, but it is better than last month so far, and so we're going to be happy about that. And the incentive check should be nice and big for this upcoming month. So it is a different day, and As you can see, I got a different shirt on. Probably hair is combed a little bit different. But I did want to show you guys something about my Workday, the way that things work there, and how I track everything. So let's dive into that. All right, so this is what the spreadsheet looks like that I keep track of everything. Call it my Simply Save tracker. I have the date over here. I have the day of the week. I have the customer's name, which I'm just going to show you an empty one here so I don't show you anybody's information that shouldn't be shown. I have whether the call is outbound or inbound because that makes a difference in my conversion rate. We do keep track of one call closes, so the people that call in or the people that we call, do we close them on the first call? And then these ones are closed calls, which just means they took more than one call to close, but they did buy the system. Right here is the order number. I just keep track of that because sometimes a payment doesn't go through or gets flagged for fraud and we have to like retake the payment. I have a no close button here, which means they did not buy. By the buy service column right here, that means that they bought monitoring service, and then we can actually pre-activate that for them on the phone when we sell to them. Over here we have all of the totals, and so I can actually switch this over to July. I took 208 calls. That means 208 calls went over 2 minutes. That's when it counts against my conversion rate. One call closed 75 of them. I had 99 total closed calls, which means I made almost 100 sales. I did not close 138. 100% of the people bought service or monitoring service, and then 94 people pre-activated. And then down here, based on my conversion rate, is what I get for a payout, which means I made over $2,000 in commission. That is just commission. I do get an hourly rate on top of that. Right here's my goals for the month. So I was 14% away from my 45% conversion rate. I did make 29 more sales than what I was planning on or aiming for. And then my commission was $79 more than what I was aiming for as well. So that is how I track everything. And this has been so good for me because I am now tracking all of that stuff, which was something that I know that I missed a lot when I tried my entrepreneurial ventures, is I just didn't track stuff. And this job requires me to track things. So I absolutely love that aspect of it. And spreadsheets with AI, the formulas that you can make are just amazing. And it's like you don't even have to know how to do it. You just ask it to do something and it will create all the formulas for you, help you calculate. Things get very, very technical and complicated with inbound, outbound calls, and that spreadsheet just takes care of all of it for me. So very, very thankful and grateful for AI when it comes to spreadsheets. So anyway, that's how things go throughout the day. That's how we track things. And I got to get off the phone or get off the camera here and get on the phones and make some more money. What we're going to do is we are going to go grab supper. I think my wife was making it. We're going to load everything up and actually go over to the park, which is right beside our house. Spend a little time with the family, eating, shooting some hoops, playing with the kids. And then that will be it for our Wednesday vlog, a day in the life of Randy.